And you're welcome back. This is the point where we get to find out everything happening in the world of sports, and joining us to talk about all of that is Dennis Ofik. Hi, Dennis. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Dennis.
Another beautiful Tuesday morning. A little bit wet. I don't know.
What?
Yes, the Tuesday morning is a bit wet. It didn't rain in your area. It didn't rain.
Rain?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't understand. What is this? What is this?
Yeah, it rained. It rained early in the morning,
Okay,
here around
okay.
2 a.m. or so. Yeah, it did rain.
You took her on a trip, so bring her back.
All right, so a lot has been happening in the exciting world of sports. The Champions League is here again. Action will resume later tonight and, of course, tomorrow across Europe, continuing straight to Thursday. Well, across major leagues in Europe, we saw actions happening in the Spanish La Liga, in the French Ligue 1, in the German Bundesliga, in the EPL, of course. To cap it up, we saw what happened. Well, of course, Bayer Leverkusen, with a certain man that goes by the name Xabi Alonso, helping them to win their first title, since the existence of that club. I think it was founded way back around 1904. Yet to win a title, they've always been a side that has always, seen the trophy but never lifted it. Always close to getting to a point of lifting the trophy, but it's never happened that they eventually will lift the trophy. But eventually, when this man came on board, talking about Xabi, which of course is the reason why everybody seems to be talking about him now, is the toast of the town. The man, came all the way against all odds. Nobody actually gave them the chance this season, going all the way. If you want to rate how Bayern Munich have actually dominated the German Bundesliga, then you want to say Bayern. You cannot actually count them among the teams that will, do the damage. But then they did it in grand style, mauling their opponent over the weekend. 5-0, that one ended, eventually ensuring that, they picked that coveted trophy. And by the way, a lot of persons are actually also praying for them, to go all the way and complete a treble this season, going by the fact that they are still in the UEFA Europa League in the quarterfinal stage. They are also in the German Super Cup, of course, in the final. So hopefully they can pick the treble this season, their first ever season, winning the trophy. For Bayern, they've dominated the German Bundesliga for a very long time. The last time, of course, Bayern will not win the German Bundesliga will be this season. From the past 6-7 seasons, it has been Bayern Munich all the way that have dominated the German Bundesliga. So it's a good one. It only make the league to be much more interesting, more competitive. It means that the league is not just about one particular team alone. There are other teams, vying for laurels, and they're doing it in grand style. So a good one. For two Nigerians also were part of the party for Bayer Leverkusen, talking about Boniface and, of course, a certain guy that goes by the name Teller. And Boniface has been in scintillating form so far this season right there in the German Bundesliga. And a lot of persons are saying we want to see him, do the same thing he's doing right there in Germany, come to do it whenever it comes to playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who, by the way, in a few months' time, they will be playing the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against the scorers of Benin Republic. All right, so let's come back home. We'll shift attention to Europe later on. Of course, Chelsea playing against Everton yesterday right there at Stamford Bridge, and one man, that Pep Guardiola had to let go for £3 million in the last summer signing to his rival club, talking about Chelsea. A young lad, just at 21 years old or thereabout. The guy, is scoring, blazing, firing from all cylinders. Is now tied on the top scorer chart along Haaland of Manchester City, talking about Cole Palmer. So hopefully, if he's able to pick a golden boot this season, well, it will be a very, very huge one for him, going by the fact that Chelsea, really, they are not competing anywhere. They are not in Europe. They are not anywhere. Really, it's just in the EPL. Okay, so before we bring details of what really happened yesterday between Chelsea and, of course, Everton, a mauling 6-0 with Kopama, scoring a perfect hat-trick. And this is the back-to-back that the man is scoring hat-trick for Chelsea. it seems as though he's the only one, doing all the scoring for the Blues. Anyway, back home, the Enugu State FA on Saturday confirmed NNL side, talking about Coal City United FC, champions of the State's Federation Cup, after Enugu Rangers allegedly refused to play penalties after the final game ended 1-0 in 90 minutes. The match, which of course was held at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, and it was scheduled to go into penalties by officials of the competition, but Rangers were said to have rejected the option after regulation time in that game. And presenting the Giant Trophy to Coal City United, the State Commissioner for Youth and Sport Development, Lloyd Ekweremadu, described the winners as worthy champions. Both Coal City and, of course, Rangers will represent Enugu in this year's Federation Cup, which of course will start very, very soon. Waiting for some other states FAs that are yet to confirm their champions, but a lot of them have actually confirmed their champions. So we are looking forward to the Federation Cup when it will start proper. Not forget that the defending champions of the Federation Cup back home in Nigeria here, they are the Bendel Insurance Football Club of Benin. Okay, so as we take attention away from that Federation Cup, let's talk about we are still, of course, with the NNL. The chairman of the Nigerian National League, George Alo, is insisting that the second-tier league has run well this season and is blaming cases of violence and poor officiating, which, of course, has reoccurred in different matches within 1 week, on the desperation of some clubs to avoid relegation and also make the promotion playoffs. This is coming in the wake of another case of violence during a Week 18 game between Gateway FC and Ikorodu City in Abeokuta. That was over the weekend on Saturday, which, of course, has now seen the home team banished to Benin City for the remainder of the season, and they were also fined 1 million naira. Last Monday, the NNL issued a summary jurisdiction and fined 3 clubs over violent conduct, and also recommended some match officials to be delisted over poor officiating. Popular among the incidents was the expulsion of 2 referees who were involved in the Jigawa Golden Stars against Sporting Supreme game, and of course Zaradin Nasiru from Katsina State and his assistant Usman Awalo from Borno State, as well as an outright ban of Jigawa Golden Stars player Mohammed Salim for attempting to score a goal with both hands. I'm sure maybe it's something he learned from Maradona, late Diego Maradona. I mean, we can't forget in already the hand of God go way back in the World Cup. But then, of course, the NNL, they are coming out to say they will not tolerate such. So it's a good one. If we really want to develop our league and we want to see it compete with major smaller leagues, across the globe, then punishment like this should be served to clubs who, of course, are found wanting to serve as deterrent to others. Violence in any guy should not be engaged and not be tolerated or encouraged at all in our league, whether it's in the lower league or in the NPFL. Okay, so as we shift attention away from there now, let's talk the Super Eagles coaching job now, where the Chairman House Committee on Sport, Honorable Ekene, has joined the call for an indigenous coach to lead the Nigerian senior national team. Super Eagles, Honorable Ekene, of course, cited a lack of time ahead of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers games, explained that an indigenous coach is capable of leading the Super Eagles to glory, having previously won the AFCON way back in 2013 with late Stephen Okechukwu Keshi in the saddle. He called on the NFF to give the local coaches the chance to show what they can offer by selecting the most experienced and qualified from the pool of indigenous applicants to lead the Super Eagles. Of course, to qualify for the African Cup of Nations, experienced home-based coach would know what to do on time and, of course, get work done with a little time ahead of the matches. As a technical person, it will be much easier for someone who knows the team and the players inside out to lead the team to winning subsequent matches, which, of course, will help Nigeria bounce back and lead the table. Also, financial implications of employing a foreign coach should be considered, according to Honorable Adams Ekene. That's the Chairman House Committee on Sport at the Federal House of Representatives in Abuja there, giving his support, just like a lot of Nigerians, Nigerian football fans are also, putting their support and backing for the appointment of a local coach. We have some top names that have been put forward, the likes of former Golden Eagles coach, talking about Emmanuel Amunike. There is also Finidi George, who is the current coach of the People's Elephant Eyimba Football Club of Aba. Those are the 2 major names right now that, of course, a lot of persons are saying, well, the NFF should pick one of them. Or if some persons are even saying, if possible, pick these 2 guys, let them work hand in hand, whether that will be possible or not. They say you cannot have two captains in a ship. Which one will lead the other? But then a lot of persons are saying if they bring both of them together, they can bring their expertise together and, of course, bring the needed technical skills and know-how to ensuring that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, gets to the top spot that everyone is looking for that they should get to. Okay, so let's talk European football now, where Bayer Leverkusen, once again, they are the champions of Germany for the first time in 120-year history of their existence. Of course, Xabi Alonso's side, they wrapped up the title with 5 games to spare after a crushing 5-0 win over Werder Bremen in front of their jubilant supporters over the weekend. Overjoyed fans, spilling on the pitch to celebrate after Leverkusen moved to 79 points, 16 more points than their nearest rivals. Talking about perennial champions in the German Bundesliga, talking about Bayern, who of course have won the German Bundesliga for the past 10 years, with just 15 points left to play for. So mathematically, Bayern, they've won the title. They're already home and dry. What is left now is for the ceremonial presentation of the trophy to Bayer Leverkusen, and then they focus their attention to the German Super Cup, and then of course the Europa League. Again, they also want to complete the season in grand style without losing a game. They already set a lot of record, winning this particular league. Well, for Bayern, they've won the league several times, back to back. But what they have never been able to do is to win the league without going undefeated, winning the league without losing a game. And that is exactly what Bayer Leverkusen can actually take advantage of and do, going by the fact that they have just 5 games left. It is a remarkable achievement by former Liverpool and Real Madrid midfielder, talking about Alonso, who took charge in October 2022 with the club's second bottom of the table. A Bayern triumph ended Bayern's stranglehold on the league after 11 title wins in a row. And of course, in 43 competitive matches this season, Bayer Leverkusen have won 38 times and drawn 5, scoring 123 goals and conceding just 31 goals. Their last defeat was on 27th of May 2023. That was the last time that this particular team, tasted defeat. Well, Sunday's win over Werder Bremen saw Leverkusen set a new record for longest unbeaten starts to a season in the Bundesliga. Their previous record was Bayern's 28-game run in Pep Guardiola's maiden campaign in charge, and that was in 2013-2014 season. I mean, the reason why a lot of persons are saying Pep Guardiola, just know his way around the round of that game. He just knows his way. Any team that he takes charge of, he ensures that that team is a world beater and is a team to reckon with. He did same with Barcelona, with Bayern, and then right now he's doing the same thing with Manchester City right there in the EPL. Well, of course, away from Germany now, Manchester City were the big winners of the Premier League weekend. A shock defeat for Arsenal. And of course, Liverpool put the defending champions on course for history. No side has ever won 4 consecutive EPL title, but of course City are closing in on that feat after a 5-1 victory over Luton moved them 2-point clear of their title rivals with 6 games to play for. Aston Villa's 2-0 win at Arsenal also had major ramifications in the battle for Champions League football next season as they moved 3-point clear of Tottenham, who were thrashed by Newcastle United 4-0. That one ended. Liverpool had not tasted defeat in any competition at Anfield for 14 months, but are now licking their own wounds after 2 in 4 days left their season at risk of fizzling out. And that could just be the case for Jurgen Klopp. Remember, this is his last season, and it will not be a good way to say goodbye. But then, if they don't win this one, well, maybe that's it. Some persons are saying Liverpool, they are just too naive. I mean, at the point where you expect them, to stay focused and keep their heads high, that's the point where they are losing it, and they are losing focus. They are not getting the job done at the point where they are supposed to get it done. So this is not a good result for them. Now they have handed the destiny of the EPL to Manchester City to decide. Whether they also, want to let it slip off their hands or not. We'll wait to see what will happen. We have a couple of games left, around six games left to play for in the EPL for these teams. And it is just about who loses first. And that is what is happening right now. For Liverpool and Arsenal, where they've lost first, will Manchester City lose this opportunity? I don't think so. Going by the antecedents, whenever City get the opportunity to top the table, it is Uhuru for them. They don't want to look back again, and they keep going. So whether that will, whether they can maintain that status quo or they want to change the gear, we'll wait to see what will happen at the end of the day. All right, so a lot happened there. Well, of course, just a quick one. Former Zambia captain, talking about Rainford Kalaba, is in critical but stable condition following a fatal road accident that happened on Saturday, according to the country's football association, FAS. 37-year-old was a passenger in a Mercedes-Benz when it collided with an oncoming truck in the southeastern Zambia town of Kafue. A female driver of the car in which Kalaba was traveling was killed. FAS say Kalaba is in hospital, suffered internal injuries. Police report issued after the crash stated preliminary investigations indicate the accident was a result of improper overtaking by the Mercedes. Well, Kalaba is being closely monitored in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the forward played for TP Mazembe between 2011 and 2023. There was confusion over the severity of his condition immediately after the crash, when, of course, Mazembe posted updates on social media with the club since clarified. The young man, reason why is being talked about, obviously because he helped Zambia win their maiden African Cup of Nations crown in 2012, shocking Ivory Coast, on penalties in the final. And of course, he went on to captain his country and made more than 100 senior appearances for the Chipolopolo of Zambia. Well, at club level, Kalaba was a stalwart for TP Mazembe in an era when they won the African Champions League, 2 African Super Cups, and an African Confederations Cup title. Previously had spells in his homeland with Kitwe United and Zesco United, and moved to Portuguese club Braga external in 2008. However, he only made 1 appearance for the club and had a loan stint with Gay Vicente and Unano de Lera before his move to DR Congo. A lot really. Not a very good one, but we pray that he recovers early enough.
Okay. It's usually a marathon with Dennis, and we've come to the end of that marathon. Not like we've exhausted everything, but our time is ticking. Quickly, just before we let you go, there's been so much happening in the world of sports, and I would have liked for us to talk about tennis. It was in your news yesterday. I'm talking about Tsitsipas and the trophy that he took.
The Monte Carlo Masters. Yeah.
However, I'd like for us to focus on the EPL. That's like the biggest thing happening in the world of sports right now. A lot of conversations around the top 3, the big 3, City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. The game over the weekend, it was really tense in the air.
It was.
It was very tense. I think I saw an interview with Young Club where he was saying he cannot call it already because the top 3 teams are very tough teams. But you were right when you said Liverpool's been naive. Is naive really the word? I don't know, but of course I can understand the explanation that you're trying to make there, because the game over the weekend wasn't up to expectation. True. I must say that. And Arsenal's game as well. City just kind of has their way around these things. They've been consistent. 4 seasons in a row is not cheap to get, and so I won't be surprised if at this point City takes it home. I mean, it's a lot of points ahead of everybody else coming behind them right now. So it might be easy to say right now we can call it, but I would rather not. I would rather not call it. There's still a lot of games ahead. We never can tell what would,
and just like for the opposing team fans that are watching right now will be wondering, I mean, it's not yet 4 yet, just like you said, so don't call it 4 straight yet, but maybe it happens, it will be very, very huge. Let's not also forget too that Pep Guardiola is also, is also on his way out of the Etihad, and if he leaves, winning the 4th straight title, and hopefully the Champions League, don't forget too, is still a close call for them. It is the first leg ended 3-3 against 14 times champions in Europe, talking about Real Madrid, and if they come to Etihad, just like what happened last season, it was a mauling against Real Madrid. They come to Etihad this time around, it could just be the same result, but we cannot say it is over until it is over, because this is football. For Pep Guardiola, I mean, he knows how to get the job done when it is expected the most of him. And like what he said his players, they love to play under pressure. I think that is what is happening at this point in time for Liverpool and for Arsenal. well, if it eventually ends this way, which I don't see it happening, maybe at some point, City might just, they might just.
Some people want to stone you right now, Dennis.
I
Be
mean,
careful.
yeah,
Choice of words.
that's for those who are City fans. A lot of persons are already giving it. You cannot afford to just give up like that. We have 5 games. 5 games is a lot. It's just 2 points, and Arsenal, they've got better goal difference. When you want to do a comparison among the top 3 teams that are trying to find a way to pick the trophy, but Arsenal, they've got better goal difference. So again, we cannot say it is Uhuru. Cannot say it is over until it is over.
I mean, I think it's on the positive to be among the top 3. Some people don't even know what it's like to be at that level. I'm not pointing fingers, but there are people, blues and red, that do not know what it's like to be. I'm just, Dennis, you get what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to get what you're saying. Remember, it's not as if they've not always been there. They've always been there.
It's just that
sometimes.
I get them before.
Yes, you win some, you lose some.
I like how you're being very diplomatic right now, and it looks good on you.
Every day cannot be same.
It looks good on you, Dennis.
Every day cannot be same.
All right, let's draw the curtain already. Thank you so much, Dennis, for bringing us up to speed. We appreciate that. We'll look forward to next Tuesday, and hopefully Palmer maintains the streaks that he started with.
Yeah.
Until next Tuesday when Dennis comes our way again, thank you once again. We appreciate your time.